This week, we join the hunt for the ever-evasive excrement expeller, the Shitsmith. We join California in its fears that the world in fact ended last Saturday, and I show my true colors by revealing a secret just to break Matt's heart to boost our ratings. We have a dream, we have an agenda, and we clearly just want to watch the world burn in a blazing ball of anarcho-nerd culture. It's Lose a Turn. Welcome to it. Greetings and salutations. I'm your host, Chuck Mullins. Joining me today, we have renowned hedgehog whisperer, Sonic the Manhog, aka Matt Herring. How you doing, buddy? Gotta go fast, come on.
Gotta go fast.
Also joining us is the dirty old cave-dwelling man who gave a wooden sword to a pantsless child, Lord Jack Mullins.
It was dangerous to go alone. I mean,
what am I to do?
What am I to do? My hands were tied.
At least I wasn't the only one that couldn't perform.
You gave a stiff wood to a pantsless.
And that, of course, he who needs no introduction, the heavily concussed Crocodile Dundee, Jordan Straub.
It's not a concussion. This is a concussion.
We're going to place bets as to whether or not he survives this show.
I do want to just quickly say that Sonic the Hedgehog gotta go fast thing, I froze up because my mind immediately went to cow LARPing. More on that later.
True enough.
I thought you were going to say to the fanfics that you read, but right now, are you a
author.
Are you an author?
Oh yeah, about to be published, in fact.
Matt Herring is not an author.
So, gentlemen, Charmin has stepped up. Now, I don't know whether or not you're familiar with the ongoings of the Mad Pooper, and if not, that's why I'm here. There is a woman in Colorado Springs who, during her morning jogs, occasionally has to relieve herself. And even though there's like a park and construction and porta potties everywhere, and perhaps presumably a toilet in her own home, she jogs, and whenever she feels that need, she just hunches down in someone's front yard and takes a steaming pile. This has been happening for weeks, and there was a point where even two young children were outside playing when this woman runs by, takes a big steaming shit. They're screaming like, "Oh God, why are you doing that? Don't!" She just says, "Sorry," wipes her butt with some paper towels and runs off.
So when you say someone's yard, is this someone in particular or someone at random?
So it appears that there are some random yards in which this is occurring. But this household in particular with those two children is definitely ground zero. There's a repeat offense going on here. And she has been doing this for weeks. The mothers confronted her, said, "What are you doing? Like, you're pooping in front of my children. Don't do this." She just jogs by saying, "Sorry." There's security camera footage of this woman running by, but, she moves just like Sonic the Hedgehog, too hard to catch with the shaky cameras or whatever, the blurry security cameras. The police have gotten involved, started tweeting about it, and even Charmin Toilet Paper Company has stepped up on Twitter and said that if she comes forth and admits what she's done and stops, they'll supply her with a year's supply of toilet paper.
Well, did they know what a year's supply is for? So this sounds like this lady might take them bankrupt or something.
Yes. That's true.
Do we know, what these poops are on, the Bristol scale? The solidity meter of shits?
You know what? Unfortunately, I do not have insight into the stiffness of the stool.
So I imagine that they can't be too far up there. The stiffness it can't be there. Otherwise, they would have found out who this woman was through fecal testing already. Which just makes it worse.
Well, the other thing, maybe it's just she got a new boyfriend. How a girl won't fart in front of you or act like that. She's just like, can't let him know I drop hate.
That's true. That must be it. She's just too terrified to poop in front of her new boyfriend. She's like, I just gotta go out for a jog.
But
Gets out
random
of the
children. Okay.
That or is it, do we know if this is some kind of condition she has, or is she just too old for this shit?
Oh boy, that
Dad
was bad.
joke.
Yep. It starts. I mean, the woman who owns the home even put up a sign saying, "I'm begging you, please stop." Now, here's the thing: is she continues to do it, and very frequently it is in front of this one person's home. It is elsewhere as well. There's security camera footage of it. She runs by the house like 15 times a day. Like, you'd imagine if the cops actually... I mean, she didn't poop in front of it 15 times a day, but they'll see her constantly. And you imagine if the cops are actually involved in this, they could have probably captured the woman. She's a jogger with a lot of toilet paper running on this block a lot. But they haven't yet. This has been going on for, I think, like a week and a half now.
Yeah.
So, either one of a few scenarios has to be true. Either A, it's an inside job in which the woman who's claiming this is happening has like her stepsister who runs in front and shits just to get publicity, right?
She's like, Shyman's giving us a year. Let's keep it going. We can get 3 years.
Right. I think that's scenario A. Scenario B, she's wearing a disguise. She, like, walks through the neighborhood like an old man until she gets right in front of the house, then strips off her overcoat and fake mustache, runs in, poops, and runs out. So she could be a master of disguise. Scenario C, the cops are in on it. Maybe the small town needs the publicity. I don't know.
Maybe they all, like, the whole town hates that lady and her kids. Like, they're the kids at the grocery stores, and they're screaming in the aisles, and the mom's not even doing a damn thing about it.
The whole town's in on this. Just
Yes.
like, make her life
Fuck this
terrible.
one family.
So Colorado Springs is all joined together in unison. Finally, we know peace in the small town because they're all trying to gaslight this fucking terrible family.
Right.
That'd be some
It's
shit to
actually
turn this whole thing
everyone-
around on her. Or that
Everyone
family.
in town is now healthier because they're all running every day wearing the
And
same
eating
disguise.
a lot of
shitting on her
fiber.
yard.
Just a lot of fiber.
A lot of fiber. Yeah, fiber sales have gone up. The economy's booming.
Maybe that's what they're waiting on, actually. Rather than more toilet paper, they're waiting to get more Activia in on this.
Why would Activia want her to be more regular?
Well, they just want her to be more regular, because then she could time out her jogs. Like, maybe like it'll show her like with her pants down. That'll be the next commercial. She's eating yogurt while on a jog.
Maybe she is a like a not a stunt person, a spokesperson for Activia, whatever it is.
So,
I don't
like,
even know anymore.
This person clearly doesn't have a problem with going in public or getting her hands dirty. Someone should turn her on to the idea that if you want to religiously poop and put it somewhere, you can sell it for like $15,000 a year.
Yeah, that's true.
I've actually read one article on this that was really suggesting that this is an issue with her psychosis and that she gets a thrill out of I can't remember the exposing her butthole to children and pooping everywhere.
I think that's called pedophilia, but
poopophilia,
Yeah.
fecalphilia, I guess. But yeah, I don't know. There's a lot of different takes on this, but I don't think any of them holds up nearly as much as the whole town is gaslighting this.
yeah. Well, I don't know. I think the Activia thing you were saying, because it'd be a whole lot funnier because it was Jamie Lee Curtis who was the actress for the Activia commercial. It's just like,
Exactly.
walk out. Did Jamie Lee Curtis just shit in my yard?
I don't know whether to vomit or sell it.
So
You think she'll sign it?
I think I've got the best question of all here. What does she do with the toilet paper?
She throws it on the ground next to the pile.
Just right
That
there.
has
Okay, she just leaves it there?
Yep.
Hopefully it's biodegradable.
Hell no, it's that Scott one-ply bullshit. I mean, I guess it is biodegradable, but it's just rough.
Yeah.
Terror on an ass. Moving on to something a little bit less shitty, gentlemen. God, dad joke number 2. That one's on me.
Yeah, you know what? I do have one more thought. Maybe this is how that the hepatitis A outbreak's in California, isn't it? Not Colorado.
Mm-hmm.
That's
not something I know about.
I was wondering if maybe this was all happening as part of that government conspiracy to spread hepatitis A around to get people vaccinated.
That would make sense too, I guess. Maybe it's a conglomerate of things working together, several entities. This
get vaccinated from shit. It's a weird one.
So, moving on, guys. Square Enix is trying to get all of Final Fantasy 15 on the Nintendo Switch.
Ooh.
I'm stoked about this, of course.
Yeah, I haven't played it yet, so I'm excited.
Final Fantasy 15 is fucking amazing.
Yeah.
It's sad though. I think.
Nice.
We'll get to. I think Jack and I share this opinion. I'll get to that in a moment. But the issue is that it is a significantly resource intensive game. It's very, very pretty, and has a huge open world. And a lot of things that Nintendo hasn't proven it can really handle on its hardware until the Switch. Because of Breath of the Wild. Excuse me, Jesus. Breath of the Wild shows clearly they can handle the open source. I'm having a stroke. An open world.
You might want to go get checked for a concussion.
Yeah. Is it? Oh, are they contagious?
I was just about to say that.
So Bethesda's announced that they're going to bring Doom to the Switch.
Skyrim.
Well, you can play Doom on anything. Come on.
But the new Doom. Yeah, I saw the thermostat and Wolfenstein. The new Wolfenstein's coming out.
That'll be cool.
So
it's Fallout 4? No,
Skyrim.
That needs to quit being re-released.
Yeah.
Yeah, right.
But Final Fantasy 15, it's going to take them quite a bit of work to port it to the Switch. They're announcing that it is their intention and they are actively working on it, but unfortunately, they still don't know if it can be done without trimming the fat.
So
Right.
Final Fantasy 15 was developed in the Unreal Engine. Is that correct?
I believe so. I think so.
Yeah, I think that's one of the logos that displays. So I guess the kind of like what we were talking about last week, the Nintendo Switch is it doesn't quite have the power to support everything that's going on within Final Fantasy 15. And I guess without more access to the Unreal Engine, they're going to have a lot of trouble getting that port to work on the console. You can't really do that bare metal programming or stepping down into assembly language to free up resources if you're using an engine.
I haven't played it yet. How open world is it? Any load screens or anything?
Not really.
Could they just possibly limit what is loaded in your presence? Yeah.
Okay, so there are load screens.
Yeah, there are a few areas actually that there are load screens between certain parts of the nation and the major towns. So
generally, the only place you encounter load screens is, trying not to spoil anything, is if you somehow find a way to move too fast across the map, or when you're first loading up the game, it loads up the entire place. So if you were to reduce that, these load screens are not minor. They take so long, and I don't think the game has built into it any way of determining how much content do I load? Yeah. Other than we said. I guess say they would, because they're clearly, if you can move too fast and encounter a load screen, then you're running out of how much is being loaded. So
yeah. You have to. There's no way a whole fucking thing could be fully loaded at all times, yeah?
Then it must not be a memory issue. It must be a polygon count or maybe scalar. Oh, go ahead.
One thing that they have said is that they tried doing a test run of the native engine on the Switch, and ultimately it didn't perform how they had hoped. So the next step that they're having to
Okay.
work on and embrace is the fact they're going to have to customize the engine they're using to even have it run on the Switch.
Oh, really? So they are going to step down into some bare metal programming, maybe partnering with Unreal and getting some custom.
If they are using the Unreal Engine,
modules.
which you seem pretty certain of, and I think that
I think so.
that seems likely. But yeah, they're going to have to customize the engine in order to get it to run correctly on the Switch. I mean, Final Fantasy 15 was amazing, maybe a little bit too short for my taste for the main story, but there's tons of content and DLCs and extra things. The problem, and I think Jack agrees with me on this, is that like once I ended the playthrough of the primary story, it took everything out of my sails, man. I didn't want to go back. I was sad. I was, you know, like, it was a beautiful, great story, but just by the end of it, I don't want to go back.
Yeah, there was a finality to it, and even though there was more content to go back to, like, the game doesn't lack for content. Despite that, why go back? There was just so much finality to that end.
Yeah, it is heavy. It's a beautiful story. I mean, it's reminiscent of Final Fantasy VII and how, like, just strong the story is. But yeah, that's absolutely right. There was such finality that I don't want to go back and play as Gladius or all the other people anymore. Like, I know what happens. I've seen the end game. There's nothing after.
Yeah.
So, can I change gears a little bit? Or do you have something else to add?
Well, the only other thing about this, and I think I know where you're going to go
for it.
next, but Hajime Tabata, the actual game director for Final Fantasy 15, I wonder if perhaps they're having issues porting it because he's not even able to get a hold of a Switch. He said he's pinning his hopes on getting one for Christmas.
So
I beat
that's
the
actually
shit out of a little kid for mine.
But
Oh,
Matt,
wow.
go on.
That's actually not where I was going to go. And I think I'm done with the Switch. Like, we've given it enough credit. Let's step back and appreciate the consoles that are actually available, and most of us already have.
PC Master Race.
Final
by the
Fantasy, yeah.
This week, Reggie did go on record saying that, honestly, we overproduced and made more consoles than we were expected to, and we've provided more numbers of units than our projections. They were like, oh, based off previous sales and the current hype and the current market, we should
They're
make
basing
2
it off
million.
Dreamcast, though.
Yeah, right. That was a Sega thing, but they're
Still.
like, oh, we'll do 2.8 million. So we overproduced. It's really not our fault that you don't have a unit yet. Y'all just want it too much. So we're making them. We're
You
making
guys
them, but we did
want
good.
it too much.
Yeah.
All right, so enough of them tugging their own. Like, all right, Final Fantasy 15. Like the game, I wish there was some way for there to be more. The more was not congruent with the story I played. And I mean, I did do the vast majority of the game before I ever tried to beat it. Minor spoilers ahead.
La 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 la.
Yeah. So, Jordan, you might want to cover your ears just a tiny bit. Anyone else?
I don't think I'll remember most things from today, anyways.
That's true. We'll just reconcuss him if he has any memory left.
So, October 31st, Final Fantasy 15 is releasing a multiplayer mode.
Oh, they are actually going through with that, aren't they?
Yes. October 31st, if you have the season pass, it's yours. The price has not been disclosed if you don't have the season pass. And it takes place immediately after Chapter 13. So without spoiling things, most of y'all will remember there's this like hole in the story. And so you take on the role of Kingsglaive, I guess infantry or armyman. And you can play as your own like built avatar with up to 3 other friends. So instead of playing with the main characters, Noctis, Ignis, Gladius, and Promptu, You've got your own character. Eventually, you will be able to take the main characters into that mode as well. They haven't really talked about how you can unlock them or anything like that.
As playable characters, or they're just going to be supporting characters with your own custom avatar?
Unsure. But you get to explore that world during that whole as people trying to defend it.
That's awesome.
I'm super psyched about that, and I think that's enough to breathe some more life back into the game for me.
Absolutely. Wait, but you... Yeah. I doubt it, but it's not going to be cross-platform, is it?
Isn't it just on PS4?
No, it's on Xbox One.
Oh, okay.
And they're bringing it to Windows eventually as well. I haven't seen anything about that, but there might be the possibility because Final Fantasy XIV is already cross-platform.
Yeah.
And it's not like they're leveraging something online already. They could probably just... I guess it'll come down to cost. Like, how much do they want to spend? But they've said they want to show a lot of love to Final Fantasy 15 and keep on developing for it. So maybe we'll be fortunate enough for a cross-platform experience. That would be amazing.
Nice.
Yeah, that'd be really cool.
Did any of y'all play that Assassin's Creed DLC that came out for it?
No, I haven't.
No. Yeah, I was going to download it for the daughter, but she's playing Jack the Ripper DLC for... Syndicate right now, so I can't even pull her away from her computer.
Think I'm gonna step out.
All right, buddy.
I'm really, really sorry. Everybody listening, I love you. I just think my eyes are gonna pop out of my head any second.
All right, Jordan, you take care, buddy.
Yeah, we love you, sir.
Love you guys.
Get some caffeine. Don't go to sleep. Don't.
I know.
It's not nighttime.
I know. I have fucking 6 more hours till I'm allowed to even try to sleep, and then I have to be woken up every 2 hours because I sleep so well anyways. Oh, fuck.
All right, we love you, sir. Text us every 15 minutes.
Every 15. I'll send you pictures of the poops I take in my neighbor's yard.
Do that. Yeah, get a new hobby. I'll keep you awake.
Yeah. All right,
do something original. Somebody's already done that.
All right, I'll
just be a full copycat. Go drive out to Colorado. Go to that same yard.
Because driving that far with a concussion is a great idea. I will be back Sunday, hopefully not dead.
Yes, sir. We can't wait.
All right, guys. So, yeah, I'm excited for the multiplayer coming out. I will definitely warm up my PS4 for that.
Yeah.
Going forward, we also have... Oh, boy.
I see what you're saying. There it goes.
All right, there we go. Fantastic. So... I don't know if you guys know of or are familiar with the Riverdale TV series.
Okay, is that the one where it looks like they copied the It Follows, movie poster? It's just a car on it and it looks like a couple's in it doing some naughty stuff?
No, I don't.
No?
No, I don't know about any of that. No, well...
Oh, well, it doesn't matter. I think I have actively avoided that series because I think it follows every time, and then I'm like, oh, wait, you're just a copycat. What's it about? What's going on there?
Whenever I read about it, I missed some obvious fucking clues because it popped up on my Netflix queue. I was like, no, doesn't sound too interesting. It sounds more like a teen drama. A couple of teenagers mixed in with some love and the disappearance/murder of someone in this small town of Riverdale. Turns out it's a fucking Archie television show.
What?
Full on Archie, Jughead, Veronica, Jessica, they're all fucking in it. And it's just like this gritty, kind of crazy things going on in this town, Archie television show. There's a lot we could talk about with that. They're overworking the kids. The main actor got in a terrible car wreck the other day. He was driving home after a 16-hour shift and ran into a light pole and it destroyed his car. He's okay, but all the young actors are saying, you guys are overworking us. You don't provide drivers for us. And they're like, no, well, your contract says we'll pay for an Uber, so you should have done that. There's just kind of some heat coming up with that, which happened after this article, what I found is because Riverdale has picked up and it is well received, they're also doing a spinoff of Sabrina the Teenage Witch, which Sabrina was, if I'm not mistaken, originally an Archie Comics property.
Mm-hmm.
Now, I grew up like obsessed with Melissa Joan Hart, so like, yes, I watched Sabrina the Teenage Witch. But this is going to be a gritty, chilling horror show of Sabrina the Teenage Witch. And,
okay. Wow.
That
the
sounds
same
awesome.
showrunner as of Riverdale, so we should be seeing some crossovers and stuff as well. It's going to be the chilling adventures of Sabrina.
Is it still Melissa Joan Hart?
Oh God, I wish.
I doubt it. Oh God, I wish. We may just have a show title.
Unfortunately, it's now Sabrina, the middle-aged yet still very attractive witch. No, I don't think
So-
Melissa Joan Hart's up for it.
I've got a question. When you say gritty horror, are you talking along the lines of what's a good horror movie? Come on, Lights Out or something like that, or
I mean, the fact
or is
that
this more along the lines of like an MTV original produced horror that is very campy, very much geared for teenagers? And
I don't know, because I haven't actually watched Riverdale yet, and I'm going to now, knowing that I passed it up by mistake. I just glimmed over the summary and thumbs down when I should have paid attention. I'm gonna watch it. Everything I've read about it is it's just going to be a dark, chilling horror, and I don't expect it to be campy or hokey. It may be served for kind of, a teenage audience, a young adult audience, but I have no reason to believe. It is CW, so it's going to be as gritty and chilling as CW.
Like, you know what? The CW's come out with some pretty good content. They did Gotham, they did Flash.
Oh yeah,
I haven't
that's
picked
true.
up, but so they've got some talent there, and
Gotham's
we
awesome,
can
and I
hope.
like Flash as well. So okay, that gives me hope.
So I'm definitely going to give it a shot. I mean, that's for damn sure.
Yeah.
Moving on, we also have Martin Scorsese is going to do an online filmmaking course. A full on, I can't remember how many lectures it's supposed to be, but he wants to be able to pass on, it's 20 video lessons. He wants to pass on what he's learned through his years and kind of set up guides and goals for young aspiring filmmakers to be able to do it. Additionally, he's going to be involved in such a level that students will be able to ask him questions on video, and he'll select and answer back, a few of them. And of course, it's going to have a price point, but learning film from Martin Scorsese online, $90 is not bad.
Oh, wow.
$90 is not bad to learn from an amateur. I mean, that's amazing.
Yeah.
And this is going to be with a new online education startup called Masterclass. I'm sure on the program we've talked about Udemy and perhaps Khan before. But Masterclass. So we'll see what other kind of content they have coming up. But this was unbelievable whenever I read it. So you can sign up at masterclass.com/ms. Pre-enroll actually started this last Friday, September the 22nd, 2017. So
that's pretty awesome.
Actually starts probably say when it starts.
Will it be available after the fact?
I would imagine so, but I'm not sure about his level of response and
you know what, though? God, I wish I had time for that right now. Filmmaking is, movie making in general is something. Okay, so you've got the idea of editing, and then you've got the idea of okay, so how do I get a good prop designer? What is a good prop to use here? What will work with the ambience? So I'm assuming this is going to encompass directing style and all kinds of just processes that we never think about that go into the skill set that people like George Lucas are hired for and paid billions for.
Guys, this is fucking stupid. Sorry, I don't mean to interrupt. I just looked at the site, and yes, of course, it's going to. It never expires once you pay for the class. Though, of course, you aren't going to be able to take the class and 15 years from now and hope Scorsese is still actively responding to questions. But I thought this was just a one-off where they got lucky as a startup and got Scorsese on board. Fuck no. Werner Herzog teaches filmmaking. Dustin Hoffman teaches acting. Hans Zimmer teaches film recording.
God.
Gary Kasparov teaches chess. Jane Goodall teaches conservation. Guys, Steve Martin teaches comedy. Deadmau5 teaches electronic music production. Christina Aguilera teaches singing. Reba McEntire, Kevin Spacey, Usher.
Whoa.
This is fucking stupid, guys.
Holy shit.
Yeah. And
Okay, so the only question is how, like, these are clearly talented people. How good are they at teaching? Like, so I'm now very curious about
teaching.
I'm now I'm less curious about what the course itself entails and what the process is here. Like, do they have this nailed down format, or are they planning on a nailed down format, like what you would expect from a TED Talk, where they all follow this same hey, we know how to touch your emotions and make you feel for this topic and make you want to understand and listen to what we're saying and pay your attention to us. If they've got something like that going on, that's like actually educational, unlike a TED Talk. Oh yeah, I'm about to drop probably thousands of dollars.
They offer a full refund for up to 30 days after purchase. So if you're not happy with it, you can even just refund your it never expires, works on the phone, works on everything.
Is it $90 per course, or just $90 and you get any of it?
I assume it's a per course thing.
That's what I figured.
Nope, $90 lifetime access. What? Wait, no, that's just for that one class. Just for that one class.
Okay. All right.
Okay.
Still though, like
that's still awesome.
That's absolutely amazing. And now that I'm rethinking it, getting the perspective of these people is. I mean, as long as it's not a perspective that, oh, this is what I did to win the lottery, then it's going to be $90 worth of value easily.
Yeah, absolutely. That is really cool.
Yeah, this is
and
crazy.
I imagine they are
in 2018.
Wow. Okay. That's fantastic. That's a good idea for a pick. Or a win.
I didn't mean to jump to the picks so quickly because I thought it was just Scorsese, but fuck. Yeah, masterclass.com. Pre-enroll now. $90 per course, 30-day refund. You can give it as a gift. All that good shit. Damn. That's awesome.
Yeah.
Uh-oh.
Wow.
We got positive for a moment. How do we fix this? I have a suggestion as to how we can fix this. We can take another shit on reality. So the world ended. I guess I don't know if we survived or if we're living in a dream within a dream in a Jacob's Ladder type way.
No, it's pre-recorded.
Pre-recorded. That's right. So I don't know if y'all heard about the conspiracy theory that the world was going to end on Saturday the 23rd because Planet X, which we've never fucking seen, was going to collide with us and destroy us all.
Right.
Funny enough, last week, in the middle of the week, during a standard emergency broadcast test in California, several television companies both received the same issue in which programming was interrupted, and instead of the second tone that shuts off the emergency broadcast being sent, an incorrect, and this is Cox Television and the other company's response, instead of the end signal being received, an incorrect WAV file was accidentally captured and played, stating repeatedly, "Realize this, extremely violent times will come. Realize this, extremely violent times will come." Repeated for several minutes, just days before the end of the world. So I do have a few.
I've got a few investments out there. I'm not sure if I actually own stock in any of these companies, but it is possible. So full disclosure.
I'm sorry.
However, that being said, like
So
I
it is
think
the end of the world for you.
I think their stock prices are about to fall. Like, how do you hear that excuse and believe it if you've got any knowledge?
I mean, if you
about
want the
how
quote,
tech systems work.
yeah, I know exactly. If you have any idea, so what the spokesperson?
What did they?
Jesus, yeah, I can't even mention the second company. I'm not saying this, guys. But what the spokesperson for these companies stated. It should have been a typical emergency broadcast test. However, a technical malfunction caused it to go on longer, and the broadcast picked up an incorrect audio file that wedged into the alert.
What? How do things wedge? Like,
Right,
so
yeah, I mean-
there are two possibilities here. One, I guess it's feasible that they've just got this wonky ass database system and they added a +2 somewhere they shouldn't, and they had a test file in their like produced content. And so that somehow that, instead of playing the right file, it played 2 files down, a file that should not even be in their like produced and active and live content. Or the more likely case is they got hacked because they're insecure and they don't want to admit that to their shareholders.
Right, I'm thinking either a hacking or pirate radio, one way or the
Yeah.
other. Yeah,
I mean,
Yeah.
either way, that's just ridiculous. It's one thing for someone got a full watt antenna and they hijacked a live broadcast, but these aren't radio wave transmitted stations, are they?
You know what? I mean, I don't think so. No.
And you know what? That doesn't even matter because
I don't think we use radio.
that would be a
waves
completely
anymore.
different case than what they explained. What they explained is, it sounds like an internal compromise. Someone played an April Fool's joke on them, like an internal employee, and they're just not fessing up to something.
Mhm,
My opinions, but
yeah, very strange. Unfortunately, the world didn't end. So we're all here, and I don't know.
we got off topic, didn't we?
No, not really.
Planet X, Nibiru. What is that? The 12th time this year we've heard about the end of the world. What makes this special is this one somehow made it into the public consciousness, into the mainstream media, or not mainstream, but local media sources.
I mean, I guess. I really don't know how the two tie in, except for it scared everyone who was already familiar with the concept of the world allegedly ending, and so this is the violent times warning, blah, blah, blah. I don't know. It's just absurd. Everything is friggin' absurd right now.
Do y'all want to actually talk about Nibiru a little bit, or do y'all want to save that for another time?
Well, I mean, we have quite a long list of topics to get through.
Well, we'll talk about it some other time. It's a really fascinating topic, and we could probably make a whole show out of this conversation. So
that's true. We'll pick that back up in the future. So I guess I have a couple things I said at the head of the show we were going to discuss, and one of them was me breaking your poor little heart, Matt. But I'm going to make you wait a little bit longer. CalLARP. So
oh my god. So I read this and I don't know why I was excited.
Dude,
I thought I couldn't wait for the short little YouTube montages to come out of CalLARP. That was like my mind went there. I'm like, oh god, for like 30-45 seconds. I was just stoked about it.
All right, I need to know what this is.
And my introduction was kind of similar to yours, Matt. And the thing is, and this is very odd, I went out to the garage and my fiance said, I think I found a LARP I want to attend. She doesn't say things like that. So I was expecting this big, like, troll kind of a lull moment. And, nope. CalLARP.com is the College of Wizardry LARP, in which you get to spend 4 days.
See, everyone's a little more disappointed right now. This is even Jack. For
That's
those
the
not
point that
familiar,
disappointed you, huh?
Yeah, right. For those not familiar, LARPing is live action role playing. If you've been to the Renaissance Festival, they're LARPing.
Right.
Technically, they're not LARPing. They're just acting. LARPing is a much different thing, just so we don't get hate mail from actual LARPers.
All right.
But yes, it's much akin to that. Yes, live action role playing. See, Matt, when you told me you were disappointed by it, I didn't realize it's because you were honestly hoping to role play as a cow.
Yeah.
So I didn't want to roleplay as a cow. I wanted to watch the YouTube videos
of somebody else role playing as a cow.
See people in like Halloween cow costumes walking through college campuses, sitting in their classrooms, the professors like screaming their heads off at them. Like I was so excited, and then I'm like, oh, okay, College of Wizards, right? I mean,
like your main. You're like
nothing seems that special about it. I feel like I could go on YouTube and actually find that content already. Like it's probably more fun for the participants. I'm sorry, Jack. Go ahead.
You're gonna say the big bad in this whole thing is like a butcher coming in to chase after the cows.
Right. Oh boy.
Please, someone do this.
Oh, it's all sponsored by Chick-Fil-A too.
No LARPing on Sundays.
Oh. No, so College Wizardry, 4-day LARP experience where you actually get to stay in a friggin' castle and attend classes and blah 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 blah, explore, meet magical creatures, and it's pretty much kind of like a Harry Potter reality LARP thing where you get to join different subsects of the school and blah 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 blah. The idea of actually staying in a castle for 4 days and stuff like that, I actually got a little stoked. I was like, man, and I started looking at pictures of this castle. I'm like, this is pretty phenomenal. It's in fucking Poland. That's when I got sad.
Yeah.
But now I'm more sad because I could have been a cow and I missed that opportunity too.
We definitely have an opportunity for our first Luciturn event right here.
The literal cow LARP.
Yes.
Chick-fil-A presents.
Yes. Our first sponsorship also.
We spend quite a bit of time talking about Chick-fil-A, but this reminds me of something that I meant to bring up last week. And it's friggin' amazing. There is this, it's in Mobile, Alabama. Chick-fil-A promoted this new, like, what was it, a barbecue? Yeah, they got a smokehouse barbecue sandwich.
Oh, yeah.
Now, the thing is
buns.
Yeah. The Chick-fil-A is across the street from a long time standing like family-owned barbecue joint. So when Chick-fil-A proudly displays, try our new smokehouse barbecue sandwich, Moe's responds by changing the lettering on their display sign, saying, Chick-fil-A, I thought we were friends. Open Sundays.
I actually did read it. I did see that. I thought it was glorious.
That's how you handle that.
But Chick-fil-A actually responds back with, Moe's, we missed you. Let's be friends again. This is on their side. Moe's replies, Chick-fil-A, I'm with Diamonds now, but it would be my pleasure. Diamonds is the strip club down the street. Chick-fil-A replies with, Moe's, so happy for you. As friends, can we ask a favor? Moe's replies, my pleasure, Chick-fil-A. What can Moe's Barbecue do for you? Chick-fil-A, Moe's, any way we could get a look at that white barbecue recipe? To which Moe's replies, yeah, we'll send it over when pigs fly. Diamond Strip Club puts up a sign saying, let her go, Mo. Oh, there was a new update. Chick-fil-A said, flying pork. Imitation is the best form of flattery. That was just unexpected for me from a Chick-fil-A in Alabama.
Right.
I love this so much. It would be so easy for these small mom and pops businesses to attack a big chain and say, "Whoa, no! Why do you have to come onto our territory? Like, y'all are terrible." Instead, they flip it, and they saw the opportunity and they seized it. And now they've got advertising for free, marketing for free all over the place. Like
we're talking about Chick-fil-A again. Like,
well, Chick-fil-A and the mom and pop's
Mo's,
place.
yeah.
Like tourists are going to go to that place. I'm sure they're going to get a nice kickback for the free advertising they just received.
That's not true. We all know everyone's going to go to Diamonds, which every Monday they have the all-you-can-eat steak buffet for $3.99.
No.
Tuesday is ladies' night. No, okay, done.
Jesus Christ.
Strip club buffets are the worst.
So, Jack, I'm
I
going to
would
let
know.
you choose. I think we're running a little bit long, and we're going to need to wind down here soon. I've got a couple more things that I have to discuss, though. And Jack, I'll let you decide if now's the time to break Matt's heart, or if y'all want to figure out what's in the envelope.
Envelope.
You thought about that one long and hard. So what's in the envelope?
Yes. What's in the envelope? What's in the box?
What's in the box? Gentlemen, I am proud to announce that I am officially in alliance with and committed to Asgardia, the world's first space micronation.
What?
Asgardia.
So you, Chuck Mullins, as a corporation, are in alliance with Asgardian?
No. I, Charles Mullins, am a potential citizen. I have not yet been able to apply for citizenship.
Okay.
But I am in alliance with and have a commitment to Asgardia, the space nation.
That
Matt,
So-
have you not heard about this at all?
Do you lose your
Nope.
commitment?
You do not have to expatriate in order to
Oh, wow.
gain citizenship too. However, citizenship because this is a literal thing that's happening.
Yeah.
Let me
I feel like you just took my lordship and shat on it.
you're welcome.
He
Yeah,
kind of did.
Unfortunately, Jack, your lordship cost money. This is actually free.
How do I do it?
Well, you can go to asgardia.space after you read about it and figure out what the fuck is really going on.
Did you just join a cult?
Did I just join a space cult? That's kind of my question to you guys. Did I?
Unrelated to a cult. Is this like Scientology? Please don't sue us.
No, it's religion free. It is you're free to practice any belief or whatever, so long as it's non-violent and doesn't cause conflict with others. Asgardia, it was created. God, I'm gonna slaughter even trying to say his name, but come on, let me. Ugh. It's almost like I did my homework. I joined the thing and I don't even have the fucking information in front of me.
I thought Harry Dresden taught you better than that, Chuck.
So I believe that he was born from a Russian royalty line somewhere there, but he's an entrepreneur and businessman, a scientist named Igor Asherbely, I believe. Asherbely.
Okay.
And his plan is to launch a platform into space that will have additional platforms being able to join it as citizenship increases. It is intended to be an entirely peaceful nation. They are currently trying to apply to get into the UN because they do want to be recognized as such.
Don't they have to have claimed land to be a part of the UN?
The platform will be the first non-Terran land to be accepted into, and there is talks about them actually purchasing a plot of land on Earth.
Okay.
But so the first thing is like the first 100,000 people, or I think it was the first 500,000, but if it's somewhere between there, have been allowed to apply for citizenship, and then they can upload a little bit of data into this device, and like an SSD hard drive that's being launched with the initial platform. So that will be their first personalization of being in space. As they're developing the actual, life support systems and everything to join the base platform.
So summarize this for me real quick. Give me 10 words or less. Is this a city in the clouds, or maybe I misunderstood what was going on?
It will be a physical place for people to live in space.
So it'll be in orbit. Okay.
It will be in orbit, and its intention is, at first, to begin by cleaning up space debris, and anything else that may be falling towards Earth. Try to clear out all the old dead satellites and shit that's just floating up there. They're going to be doing that in the name of peace. Are
they going to be allowed to do that? That seems like it brings up some national security concerns.
Clearing up, like, certified junk. But I mean, as it is now, I mean, there's already, each country is already trying to plan and plot, and each, corporation's trying to plot how they're going to begin mining off-world and claiming land off-world. So, I mean, this is at least the first, like, peaceful mission, which is just trying to clear up some garbage that's in space. As it stands to, be Earth's first line of defense, though it's not really meant to be a military installation. But, yeah.
Actually, that will be really cool. There are all kinds of orbital paths we can't use anymore because of the debris up there. So, I wish him the best. I don't know how that's going to work out for him. I kind of feel like there are some national secrets that will be on some of those satellites that, maybe a satellite's up there monitoring a military base, and maybe it's 30 years old, but some of that information hasn't been declassified yet. And so that could be a little bit dicey.
There's a lot about this that is dicey, but this is really meant, like, honestly, it does sound like a creepy space cult, I mean, to the point of fact, and I hope this doesn't bar my attempts to actually apply for citizenship in the future, because, like, whenever you read about, like, the Supreme Space Council and the government, and there's just some terminology you can't say. The Supreme Space Court, like, you can't say that and take that seriously, but legitimately they have these things lined out. They have their finance plans. The head of nation is of course Igor. Where's the, I don't know, there's so much stuff on here, guys. It's on Asgardia.space. It's crazy. It sounds absolutely nuts, but you know what? If we're actually going to have some sort of federation or a government that is going to go forth into space, if we do it as an individual nation going into space, there's going to be space wars. It's going to be like, a world war just held up in space and on land.
Sure.
By having the first steps being planned, and in accordance to, like, UN and law, and having laws developed to support this space nation that accepts all people from all nations and all religions to become co-citizens of that as well, and you'll actually get, like, a passport. The citizens are getting passports. It kind of at least helps us to have a platform to build laws and restrictions and whatever on going forward, and to potentially prevent a lot of war and conflict on the ground.
Yeah. So, but Elon Musk is already going through with most of this. This seems like competing interest to a lot of what Elon Musk is trying to accomplish.
It could be. I mean, it is stated that Igor Ashbravi is a businessman,
Yeah.
But,
That'll be okay. So anyhow, this is on my radar. I want to see how Elon Musk starts responding to this. If Asgardian with an N,
no, it's Asgardia.
Asgardia actually starts picking up steam and gets some legal approval. That being said, I like to continue monitoring this. I think this is something we should definitely return to in the future. Maybe Chuck can convert me to the cult of Asgardia.
Right.
And in fact, they were supposed to launch their satellite this month. Okay, so I've got to break it to you guys that I'm going to be breaking off from the Gregorian calendar. Today is actually September 15th, year 1. Just so y'all know. Because Asgardia did begin this year.
Year 1 or year 0?
0001 is
You're skipping year 0 though. It hadn't been a full year yet.
I don't know how many months they have yet. I need to look at their full calendar because it was announced October of 2016. This thing's been around for a bit. That's whenever
it
was
okay.
And that's when within like a month of the announcement, it was at some conference in France in which he announced it. 500,000 people signed up within 2 or 3 weeks.
Wow.
So,
jeez.
Mm-hmm.
He just wants to be infamous for the rest of eternity as the guy who set up the After Earth calendar.
That's all this is for. He just wanted to corner the new calendar market.
Oh yeah.
Let's see. It looks like there are in fact. There's is it 13 months? Is that what happened there? January, February, March, April, May, June, Asgard, July, August, September, October, November, December.
I was just going to make a reference to like, hey, it worked for Julius Caesar, right?
Yeah, I guess it did.
What? So Julius Augustus, isn't there one more Roman in the calendar?
I mean,
it doesn't matter.
Yeah.
Septus, is that September?
Now we have Asgard.
Asgard, just right between June and July. Asgard.
Maybe October was Octavian, but
oh yeah.
Oh boy. The calendar is divided into 13 months with 28 days each, giving each month exactly 4 weeks. The 13th month, Asgard, is between June and July. Every year, the month begins on a Sunday.
Now I'm
I
screwed.
mean, that's an interesting way to handle it, but what about leap year?
The extra day, 31 December year day. Don't know.
Now,
I'm just gonna be completely screwed up now. Next June, I'm just gonna be like, oh yay, it's about to be July 4th. Oh, never mind, it's Asgard 1st.
So strange, and it's off by like 15 days too, or like 9 days. I'm trying to figure out this conversion chart, and I'm just having a rough time. It's
I mean, I assume so. It's still orbiting the Earth. Like they can't just ditch it unless they're suggesting, oh, it doesn't have to be tied to the orbit around the sun. Full revolution around the sun. No. Oh well. Guys, I think all of this needs to go in our report for next week. Let's stop tarrying.
So it's time to break Matt's heart.
Oh wait,
no. We're still doing that. Okay.
I had a choice and I chose.
Which one was going to happen first? I'm still breaking the fuck out of Matt's heart.
I'm sorry, Matt. I tried saving you.
Well, sorry, I do appreciate you, and I love you for that. Just maybe you can cheer me up with some Daisy Dukes afterwards. I don't know.
In a previous episode that was unreleased, I thought I'd seen like the corporate team-ups of all team-ups, and that nothing worse could ever happen, and that was with Uber and Taco Bell with their taco mode.
Yeah.
I was stupid for thinking that people couldn't do worse. And, Matt, I think I know why Sonic the Hedgehog hasn't been returning your calls lately. And I'm sorry to tell you, buddy, but, it looks like he's found someone else to do business with, and I do mean business. I'm going to share my screen here for those viewers on the YouTubes. Sonic the Hedgehog is teaming up with Hooters.
I saw a quick glimpse of that.
And then it went black.
It looked like a man in a blue shirt with a giant Sonic head on. So is Sonic now the mascot for Hooters? Is that what's going on?
I wish that were actually the case.
I wish that were.
Yeah, sorry about the share screen failing. I'll put that in post. No, and it's actually like a legit Sega is teaming up with Hooters in Tokyo as a collaboration for Sonic Forces.
Oh my god.
This is a Sonic Forces promo. Starting in October, Sonic Forces promotional tie-in with Hooters restaurants in Tokyo.
What the fuck?
Do we have a barometer for how good this game is? Is this Sonic Racing or is this Sonic the Hedgehog 2? Like
I think
is
it's
this a good
Sonic forces
game
himself onto unwitting victims is probably.
I mean, it's new age Sonic the Hedgehog. It's gonna be garbage.
When you're advertising with Hooters, Hooters doesn't tell me that the product you're advertising is actually good. Like Hooters is like, hey, come to Hooters. We got wings and, a lot of eye candy around it. I feel like if Sonic is taking the place of the wings in that advertisement, it's not boding well.
Also, I mean, you think about like kind of the, obviously Hooters brings some sort of kind of sex appeal kind of thing. If you bring Sonic into that, then you're just making like all the fanfic, like really weird people out there who love Sonic, like furry stuff.
It's a completely untapped demographic.
Right.
Bring in the yiffs.
Yeah, so I feel like there's something on the back end working there to, I don't know, words.
I mean, it's not okay to be it's less and less acceptable to be a perverted old white man. So who do we target next? You know what? No one's appealing to the yiffs yet. Let's go. Chuck, are you okay?
No, I'm not okay. Why would you ask that? Jesus.
We just gotta survive somehow.
You want to know why I joined a space cult? It's so I could avoid shit like this. God damn it.
I love how you said that you were going to break Matt's heart, but it looks like you broke your own.
But he was unfazed, of course. Like, I was hoping to send him my hatred and pain and play it off as, like, some cruel... No. Damn it.
I mean, he's betrayed me enough times already that I'm used to it. I mean, this is just part of the ongoing relationship with Sonic.
See, now, like, with the space cult, there's likely 3 outcomes. 1, I end up like a pioneer in the euphoric space universe, like one of the first, and that'll be nice. Or I end up getting a red shirt, just likely to happen. Or in the event it really is a space cult, I'm just gonna be found with a purple sheet over my head after drinking like some poison pan-galactic gargle blaster. I don't know. But even then, all 3 of those sound a lot better than Sonic Hooters team-ups. Fuck.
So, I do have a question for Asgard. Yeah, and I want you to come back with an answer for me next week. Are they using Windows, Linux, or COS-MOS?
All right, I'll have to actually check that out. I really should have looked into that beforehand. I'll have an answer for you next week. Oh, guys. So I have one lose. A woman who was hanging out with her boyfriend, doing heroin like you do. He overdoses like they do. And fortunately, because she's an old hat at this, she just used an at-home remedy to fix him. which of course didn't fucking work. So she did actually have to call the stupid ambulance to come resuscitate him. Whenever they questioned her, she said she heard that what she was supposed to do in the event of an overdose is just spray them with a water hose and shove an ice cube up their ass. Works every time. This is why I joined a space cult.
Okay, first of all, I'm upset. Now I am upset. Every show for the past 15 weeks, I have come in and said, this is Lose a Turn. I'm going to go ahead and guess heroin or meth. One or the other. And you took that from me. And I'm not okay with this.
Yeah. Yeah, I guess I did steal that thunder there, huh?
I would have been right this time.
Yeah, I was gonna say at the very beginning, we have two topics we're gonna cover, and that's gonna be assholes and meth, and we were going straight into the shitsmith, and yeah, sorry for stealing your thunder. You deserve the pain, though.
There's a certain remedy that I've heard of for that pain, Matt, and it's usually just a water hose and an ice cube up your ass. So.
Now, wasn't there another? I want to say back in the 17 and 1800s, it was very common. Oh, the phrase "blowing smoke up your ass." That used to be a common way to treat maladies. You would take tobacco smoke and maybe a one of the chimney accordion things.
Oh yeah.
Stick it in someone's ass and blow it up there to help cleanse them of impurities and things like that. In some rare cases, you would take your pipe and just blow it up there. So is this a derivative of that somehow? I mean,
no, guys, I'm sad. I want to open this fucking beer and I can't. This world sucks sometimes. Can y'all cheer me up? Is there anything positive out there? Is there a win?
I was about to say maybe some wins can cheer you up.
Yeah. I've got something if everyone else isn't ready yet.
I already know what I got.
Well, I need y'all to cheer me up. First. I don't need me to cheer me up.
All right. So I used to work with a guy named O'Neill, and when I started working with him, he was 16 years old. I'm not gonna reveal the age discrepancy there, but I'm much older than he is. And he was one of the few people that the moment he started, he was good, he understood, he listened, and he picked things up fast. I've always been jealous of how smart he is. He's currently at A&M helping teach classes. It's his birthday. He's turning 21 now. And so I am looking at currently the fact that he is just now turning 21 and everything that's happened in my life since I met him. And I'm just super excited. I know he's going to move on to do some really great things in life. And yeah, so I mean, that's my win. I saw that today and I started thinking about it, and I'm just it's a really awesome guy, really talented guy, and he's someone that kind of gives me hope for humanity. So
that's awesome.
That is really cool.
Absolutely awesome. Mr. Jack, do you have a win?
I do.
Save my life. Oh yes. All right.
I, as of this week, am officially engaged and to be wed in 2 weeks.
The rush job. Well, congratulations, buddy.
Well, we've been engaged for a while, you know that. But we officially announced it because we didn't want family coming in with torches and pitchforks if we didn't announce it. So we decided.
Nice. Good point. Good point. Well, hey man, congratulations. That's awesome.
Yeah, I'm super excited. Yeah, it's gonna be so exciting.
Wow, that's really awesome. I mean, I may have heard about this in the past, but that's real. That's pretty badass. So.
Yeah,
I appreciate
love
it.
you, brother. Congratulations.
Thank you.
My win for the week is a delightful YouTube channel named Night Terrors, which is now in its 3rd season. It's a one-man show, created, filmed, produced, edited by a man by the name of Bill Madden, who started... Okay, I don't know how to really describe it. It's kind of like the eerie parts of Twilight Zone and Outer Limits, but done in a narrative style, almost Discovery documentary kind of way, but from the perspective of a narrator informing. I don't know. It's hard to describe. Each episode is approximately between 6 and 10 minutes. In which he'll talk about a specific topic of either a conspiracy theory, an alleged occult experience, missing people that just like disappeared, alternate universes, and he will speak of it in favor of the lore. So you are treated to all these, this is the event that happened, this is what people have said, and here's like some footage of it, all in the affirmative of a believer of this conspiracy. Or of this alleged thing that occurred. So it's not like it's not spoken from a place of doubt. So you have to know that going in, because some of the things he talks about are, of course, kind of like, oh, that's hokey, that's been disproven, that's not true. But seeing it all told with all the supporting arguments, it's very, very well done. I can't stop watching it. Like I keep finding myself at work, like pulling out an episode, watching it on my phone, and realize that I've just gone through like 10 episodes and haven't done any work. It's a delightful treat, and it's made me very, very happy. And I just want to say, check it out. And if you think it's cool, there is a petition to put Bill Madden's Night Terrors on Adult Swim. And
cool.
They have 306 supporters right now, and their goal is just to reach 500. So there's just 194 places left. So, and that's found on change.org. We'll have a link in the show description and in the show notes. But just check out a quick episode. It's not long. It's very well produced. Bill Madden has a great voice.
Okay.
And it's just, I don't know. I watch it and I get nostalgic over like a lot of like the TV shows and horror stuff growing up in the 80s. It has that kind of feel to it. I just love it.
Awesome.
So Bill Madden's Night Terrors, is that correct?
You can just look
on YouTube?
Night Terrors on YouTube, and you'll go to the channel right there. And
awesome.
You don't even have to look up Bill Madden. You can.
Well, hey, I am going to... That actually sounds really awesome. I'm going to kind of step in and do an anti-pick for Jordan, which is Concussions, and a pick for him as well. I'm sure he'd be really turned on by the idea of the master classes. So, Chuck, can you give us that URL again?
It's just masterclasses.com, and you can pre-sign up for classes right now. Again, it's $90, and you can get a refund with the first 30 days.
That sounds awesome.
Yeah.
That sounds awesome, yeah. Well, guys, did y'all have anything else?
No, I think that's about
golden.
it.
All right.
If you guys have any crazy news, conspiracy theories, any really stupid crimes, silly questions for us, or if you want to join me in my first mission to space, you can reach us at reddit.com/r/loseaturn. You can email us at loseaturnradio@gmail.com. You can find us on Twitter at loseaturnradio.
Radio.
Yes.
Radio. And we're on YouTube. Watch us. Because you
Hey,
want
and
to see our ugly mugs.
Lose a Turn TV.
Yeah. Honestly, the easiest way to do it, just go to loseaturn.com over on the sidebar or on the About page. We have social media buttons to all of those platforms, so come check us out.
All right.
Hey, thank you all so much. I had a lot of fun, guys.
Yeah,
do too.
definitely. Same here.
I'm gonna cry myself to sleep tonight. Love you guys.
Dream of a space utopia.
Yes.